I promised I would come back today and show you what I did with putting on the overlays. So as you know, I sprayed it with that adhesive. Never used it before. There we are, both sides. The only thing I have done today is I have given the roof coat a matte grey. The reason I do that is because what I do is I varnish it, because then I get a shine on there. I'm going to put this light on actually so that you can see. I think you can see there's quite a shine on there anyway. That is the varnish that I sprayed onto the overlays. So yes, now what I've just started to do, I thought I'd show you, is obviously the ends have got the white paper, okay, and that's where you cut. Now a good way to do it obviously is a lot of people use a felt pen. They do it in card modelling and things like that. Well, I've got some watercolour paints here. I haven't got any felt pens actually, so I just mixed up a bit of green and a little bit of black, and the idea is to just go on the card. It doesn't matter if it goes on the metal, because I will probably paint them as well, because on these I will need the corridor connections, because on the core unit the coaches were connected. So yeah, I've gone on to the metal, but there we are. Not worry about that at the moment, but I will probably paint them black anyway. So there we are. Now the other bits of white I can't really get rid of, because that's where I left a little bit, but I needed to get the height, the width, in order to fit between, because don't forget, these things are old, they've been knocked around, some are a little bit dented and things. But anyway, now that's it with the ends painted, that's it without the ends painted. So you can see I will be doing a bit of card modelling soon. I bought a Metcalf garage, which I'd like to do as a diorama. And yes, it's better if the paper is actually slightly longer. But yeah, so that's that one. And of course it won't sink into the front, because obviously it's coated with varnish, so it seals it, which is why I did that as well, because then if anything does get wet. So there we are. That's the coach for now. I'll give the roof another coat of grey, and then once that's done, I might touch up the black. Well, another reason I love these is because of the metal wheels. And the good thing is I had 4 more coaches turn up in the post today. A couple of Midland ones with the old strawberries and cream colour, and a couple of red suburban LMS coaches, the short ones, but they're what I like, so they will make a multiple unit of some description. The other thing I did turn up, I'll show you this while we're here on this subject, because that's obviously will be another video later on, is if I can find it, this old Triang unit. So this is the motor coach. I like the detail actually on the front bogie, if you can see that. I think that's really nice. You've got the shoe beam, the steps down, spring hangers, and even some rivet detail. So I think, you know, for the age of this, it's quite nice. I bought this quite cheap. The person said it was not a very good runner. I mean, it's going to be converted, obviously, to run free rail. I'm not quite sure how old it is. They've been around a long time. So I'll be looking out for a second-hand, just the dummy end, with no motor, because they just had the one motor. It's even good. It's even got the vacuum cylinders underneath as well, which is what these are for the brakes. Yeah, and some various other little bits and pieces. So really, it's quite nice. I quite like it. So I'm not going to do a great deal to it, apart from the motor, convert that, get that running free rail. But yeah, these bogies on here, I think are quite nice. Because one thing you could do, to be quite honest, you could make a casting of that and mould some, which you put over the top of the other one. So all these things, you know, are there. I'm always looking at things that I can do. Obviously, I'll put a nice head code in there. I have some stencil head code transfers now. Well, they're actually stickers. They're not transfers or decals, as everything's called now. I still can't get out of this habit of transfers because that's what we used to call them. But I suppose I'm a bit of a dinosaur in that respect. But anyway, that's a project. Won't be yet, but it'll be running around on the Hornby free rail. All right, it is trying, but I think if I make it free rail, it's halfway there. I don't know if that big screw that goes right the way through is a normal part of it or not, to be honest. But yeah, it looks a little bit as though that's an add-on. But anyway, I'll investigate that when I take it apart. So I'm not too worried for now. So anyway, that's a future project. I like to show you what things, don't know when yet. So don't get too excited about that, but it will be coming. So this, I like it. I just like the overall look. I just like the tin plate coach. I like the sound of them. If you can get metal wheels, well, you're laughing because they clatter and make even more noise. And to me, with Hornby 00 free rail, the more noise you can get, the better. So anyway, that's that coach for now. I've got another one to make for the middle, and then I've got the two M1s that will have motor bogies in, and obviously the cab in. So a little bit more work to do on them, but I just wanted to have a go at this. I've been fiddling around printing these off, and I thought, well, you know, how easy are they to put on? Well, the thing is, I sprayed that adhesive on, and then I put them on, and then really I just run my thumb kind of gently, just touched it in black, and then left it. It is like the old type of contact adhesive. You don't want to fiddle about. It goes all rubbery. So if you get a little bit of it, you kind of rub your finger, and it goes into a little rubber ball. So yeah, I didn't want to get it on any of this, and it stuck. And then when I rolled it, it pulled the colour off. It didn't do that actually. So I believe by putting 2 or 3 coats of the enamel varnish on, you've hardened that up. But to me, that's how I want these units to look. Okay, it might not be everyone's cup of tea. I know that. And I know there are some purists out there that like things to look as they look. Whereas me, I try to make things, as they say, that never was. And but that doesn't matter. It's just that I like to look at electric stock. And of course I was involved in it work-wise at one time when I used to drive them. So there we are. I've never driven a core unit, but I have seen them. I believe there's one preserved somewhere in East Kent, I believe. But yeah, I've yet to see it, but I would like to see it. And there we are. So I'll be making a video again very shortly about something else. What I'm going to do at the moment is I'm going to do a bit more casting of that roof that I made the other day, so that I've got a few spares ready for the 2-car bill that I'm going to make as well. So if there's any progress on that, I'll show you. I'll just show you actually one of the roofs I did make, and I just painted it green just so that while we're on here. So this is resin that I made with that mould. I know I've gone off the subject a bit, but I'm sure most of you. So there's the mould. It's all nice and firm now, very firm. And this is one that I made, another one that I made with it. And I just sprayed a little bit of green over it. Nothing to do with the colour it's going to be. I mean, it will be green, but I've just done that just so it highlights bits. Yeah, it's not perfect, but it's good enough for what I want. And because I've got no roof of that shape other than the ones I'm using on the units I got, because the bill cab front goes flat across, whereas this is made with a lip on it to go round with the sub, where it goes round in 3 stages kind of thing. So by making it like this, it's just flat, and I can just glue, because this stuff glues nicely with super glue onto the other bit of plastic. So once I've made the cab up, I'll show you that when it's done, and then you can see for yourself that, you know, for a few pounds we did a bit of casting, and that's what we come up with. So, all right, we started off, we've gone off a tangent a little bit, but anyway, that's what modelling's all about. It's not just one thing, especially not with me. I've got several projects on the go at once, but I just love it. I do a bit on one, stop, do a little bit on something else, and then carry on. But anyway, I'm waffling now. So I'll see you in the next video. If you like this, then please subscribe if you want to see more, and give me a like. That's if you do like it. And yes, and I'll carry on. And if you like it, well, there you are. Right, I'll see you again very soon. Thank you very much. Bye now.